tuko na mpango wa kuhakikisha ya kwamba tutaongeza ile mapato ambayo yanatokana na mifugo na hiyo sekta ya ngozi kutoka shilingi bilioni 15 kwa mwaka hivi sasa mpaka bilioni 120 bilioni, ili kubadilisha idara ya ufugaji na kuongeza pesa katika mifuko ya wananchi. Tutatengeneza kiwanda ya kutengeneza ngozi, ile ngozi ambayo inatokana na mifugo wetu. Hiyo ngozi itakuwa inaletwa hapa, na ikiletwa hapa itakuwa inafanyiwa utaratibu ili iweze kubadilishwa ikuwe vifaa kama viatu, mishipi na hata begi za kubebea bidhaa. His Excellency the President directed that this facility be ready by 31st of March this year. We are trying our best, the various state departments and ministries, because there is a Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, but also the Ministry of Investment, Promotion, Trade and Industry, and we are working hard to make sure that we deliver. I am here with the Acting Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture and Livestock Development, the Honorable Eden Duale, who is also the substantive Cabinet Secretary for Environment, Climate Change and Forestry. The PS is here for Livestock Development, the PS for Devolution, and also we are here with senior officials, including the CEO of the Kenya Leather Council, the CEO of the EPZ, and senior officials from the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development and other stakeholders. So I want, mradi huu ukikamilika utaongeza nafasi za kazi kwa vijana wetu, ili wale ambao wanahusika katika idara hii ya mambo ya ngozi na viwanda vinavyohusu ngozi, nafasi za kazi zitaongezeka kutoka 17,000 kwa sasa mpaka 100,000. For many years in our country today, we have concentrated on carcass and red meat and ignored hides and skins. Yet, it is established beyond doubt that the hide and skins are much more valuable than even the value of the meat. And that is what this project is all about, to make sure that we are able to add value to our hides and skins. And one of the value chains that we identified as critical for our national transformation, it is leather. Our country is the third holder of population of hives, of livestock, especially cattle, in Africa. Our country is number 3 with 22 million heads of cattle. Two things arise out of that statistic. The first one is that we can compete effectively in the beef business. And we have enough cattle to supply the demand for beef in Kenya and also the international beef market. Secondly, these statistics prove that if we are able to adjust the production and marketing of the hides and skins of our cattle, we can inject fresh resources into our economy. That is why in the Kenya Kwanza plan, we propose to transform within the livestock sector, the leather industry, to make it achieve two things. One, to ensure that the leather industry is able to inject 120 billion shillings into the economy by 2027, up from the current 15 billion shillings annually. Second, we propose to transform within the livestock sector, the leather industry, to make it achieve two things. One, to ensure that the leather industry is able to inject 120 billion shillings into the economy by 2027, up from the current 15 billion shillings annually. Secondly, to ensure that the leather industry is able to generate 100,000 jobs, up from the current 17,000 jobs.
Yes, it is. Yes, at least we are doing some stuff. Thank you. Yes. The CEO of Kenya Leather. One in charge of this project.
$2,500 meters squared for leather products manufacture. The ultimate aim is to make sure that the meat we eat, the hides and skins produced, do not go to the dogs anymore. So once we deal with the infrastructure, and then we shall be able to invite investors who will compete for the warehouses, which is the plug and play put in by government, and also the serviced industrial plots for them to put up their factories to their specifications. So with that brief, I now invite the engineer briefly, very briefly, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So this is a 3D drawing for these plants, but this is now the aerial picture by a drone of these plants. This is where we are at the moment, at this point. And these are 10 MLD, meaning 10 million liters per day of wastewater to be treated to clean water. So we have the entry point of the treatment plant at this point. So we have where we screen.
Is the water coming from the leather?
No. This is from EPZD.
From the river.
Yeah, from EPZD side, yes.
And now the water will now be used for the factories.
Now, let me explain about
Those
that.
are two different things.
So we have water coming from EPZD, the industries, the upstream industries, and we have also water coming from KLDC, the leather park. They all meet at this point.
Okay.
But the one from EPZD will enter at this point where it will be screened and all the greases and everything that is inorganic will be removed before it mixes with what we have from the Kenya Leather Industrial Park, and this, which is the equalization tank. Then this is for procurement, the chemicals and the dosing process.
It's almost 60% the cost of setting up a leather factory. So it's very expensive. So the idea was to have a common facility that will now change the capital expenditure into operational expenditure. So the leather factories who come here don't have to build their own effluent plants. They plug into this one owned by government and they just pay a usage fee. We've actually had almost half of our tanneries closed by NEMA because of not meeting the standards of wastewater.
And we're going to close now. I'm both sides. So I was asking, I'm happy with this.
This is very key.
I'm very happy with this because the problem we have in our country is that you actually see people put even factories and industries without providing the infrastructure on how to dispose of the waste. So some of them, they dispose of their waste in the rivers. Directly. So that's why if Nairobi River on its way to Makueni is passing around here, this facility now will cut costs on individual industries like EPZ.
Yes.
And the leather factories produce a lot of stuff, so they need it. And I'm sure you're working with NEMA and all those guys for certification, and we must make it to an international standard.
stage where we have the filter, how much chemical we are going to use. At the same time, the volumes also vary. So this is to ensure that the volumes are So now this is the main reactor.